What's up, guys? It is Friday, May 7th, and this is week 13 with the Ohio Trans Kings, and I am Kage, your Friday host, and this is week 13, which is discrimination in the workplace. Has your trans identity ever hindered you in employment? Now, real quick, I just want to say that this is just a quick disclaimer that, my thoughts and feelings aren't exactly the same as, the norm or what most guys go through. I consider myself having lived sort of a lucky streak with coming out. I've never actually had, any sort of issue, with coming out and not being accepted, especially places like my workplace. When I got hired, I actually came out, to the manager that was hiring me, to the store manager when I got my second interview, and they were actually very, very supportive of me. So, I've never experienced any kind of, grief over it. I mean, I use the men's restroom. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm not saying that, certain workplaces, aren't discriminatory, toward parties of an alternative lifestyle, alternative gender expression, anything like that. The only kind of problems I've experienced in my workplace is, I work with the mom of someone I went to high school with, and also the wife of someone I went to high school with, so it's a little awkward, when the mom may slip on gender, and she corrects herself automatically, there's no anything, she'll apologize, one day she kind of flagged me down to apologize for something she, calling me she, weeks before, and I thought it was really cool. I told her it was fine, but if anything, my workplace is a learning environment. They, if they have questions, they ask. I encourage them to ask me. The only thing that really actually pissed me off that I just found out, a week ago, there was a lesbian working in my workplace, and she took it upon herself to out herself to everybody. Kudos to her for that. However, she made it the biggest topic ever. Nobody was openly mean to her. Nobody actually even really cared on her, sexual anything, because it's a workplace. We're not supposed to be discussing each other's personal lives in that sense, and it really doesn't matter, if you sleep with men or women. We don't care. Well, this chick, it's not that it wasn't a secret, or that it never has been a secret about me being trans. It's just more or less accepted and moved on from. No one really seems to care. Well, she took it upon herself to discuss what my genitalia looks like. Basically, she drew a little picture of someone, a stick figure or whatever, and basically was trying to say, and this is exactly how she said it, that I am a hermaphrodite, and, all this and that. And nobody told me about this until after this chick got fired. And I guess what had happened was everybody had looked at her that was in the room with her and was like, first of all, that's none of your business. Second of all, that's not cool. And third of all, what the fuck do you think you're doing? And, she got basically ostracized after that. She brought it upon herself to, she took it upon herself to discuss things that weren't her business in any way, and then decided to, express them to other people, and the other people were highly offended by it. And I thought that was really cool of my coworkers, and, when they just told me, last week, and this chick's been fired since right before Christmas, but they told me about it last week, and I blew up. I was just like, what? You know, that's nobody's business. And they were like, dude, it's okay, because we told her that, and it's fine. And I consider myself lucky to have that sort of workplace. So don't for 1 minute think I take it for granted, because I definitely don't. So that's about it on this week's topic. I really don't, agree that there is discrimination. But once again, we live in the great state of OHIO, so that's the way it is. But hopefully things are changing. Speaking of changing, my voice is actually starting to drop again. So I'm really hoping that, this isn't the last of the scratchies. But yeah, this is 53 days on testosterone. And if you want other updates on me personally, check out my personal channel, Kage Jonas 1986. Friend me on Facebook. All that, you can, watch my progress there. Next week's topic is identity. How did you, or do you feel about losing your lesbian identity if you ever had one? Likewise, how do you feel about female partners losing theirs, if they've had it? And then also likewise with male partners. Have you found your trans identity, and how does it make you feel? So that is wrapping it up for my Friday here on the OTK. And we'll see you next week, guys.